Fine. Come on, man.
So I put the title as "What Happened to Danny When the Sun Came Out," and then we have to do it like, do we think Ross is going to say something about the lipstick again today?
Okay.
When Casey comes on, I'm going to say yes.
Me too.
You say something about my makeup.
Well, I mean, you look like you are like ready to go to a meeting at 10 o'clock. I think the lipstick looks good on you, honestly.
Thanks. Oh, thanks, Corey.
But then again, that's my favorite color lipstick on anybody. So.
But then again, you don't count either.
That's true. It's true. I don't count.
Yes, you do. Yes,
Remember, I'm starting the break.
I got you.
Now back to Danny.
I just sit around and judge people and watch people.
And Country Corey.
I didn't think this was going to be south of the border to the taco stand fun.
On 98.1 The Max.
I have exclusive audio of Danny Bruns on the soccer field.
So you don't think we should respect each other? We should. But then you say I'm not nice? But you're the one who started.
That was me. That was me.
That was you?
Yeah.
So you should say you're sorry because you don't treat adults like that. I didn't do anything to you. You did it to us.
We're just having fun.
So are we. So are we. But we can't have our fun because you're screaming and we can't concentrate.
Just let us be kids, please.
Oh, and what? We can't be kids at 54? I can't be a kid anymore either?
You're under 18 years.
Oh, okay, that's really fun.
Wow. Wow.
Look them over there and kick your ass, little kid. Well, you can't be having any fun. I know exactly who that woman is. I can just see her right now.
No, you can't be a kid at 54 years old. You know why? Because you're 54 years old.
We're just trying to have fun. So I guess the kids were harassing them while they were playing tennis.
See,
like do.
It doesn't. The video doesn't show what happened before she went crazy, which I should very much like to see. Because it might change my opinion from, God, lady, shut up, to somebody needs to raise those kids.
Yeah. I would have probably beat their...
Depends on what they were doing. I saw the video, and they were little girls. I mean, they couldn't have been 8, 9 years old. I mean, how much...
Oh, they were that young?
Yeah, they were little girls. They weren't like teenagers. They were little, like maybe 10 years old, tops.
Well, yeah, they
look terrified.
But they're smart asses. Listen, when they say you can't be a kid unless you're 18.
Yeah, it's true.
If a woman was yelling at me like that, I think I would have already ran.
At 10 years old, I probably would have too.
I mean, if you're harassing adults and being kids, that's one thing. But if you're standing around smart mouth and back, to me, that's when you go over the...
Quick question. If you walked up on that and it was your daughters standing there, what would you do?
First thing I would say is, what did y'all do? It's the first thing I would ask. What did y'all do? And then, if I didn't think it was reasonable, I would have gone on that tennis court and beat that butt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Danny Bruns resorting to violence right out of the gate.
What's better than pulling out my pistol, isn't
it? Probably gets you a little less jail time.
No, I mean, I wouldn't really go beat up the mom, but I would make fun of her if I needed to. I mean, it all depends on what my kids were doing.
Yeah, if they were minding their own business and this lady's yelling at them, I've got a problem. But if they're smart mouthing and all that jazz, they're coming home and they have the problem.
Yeah, they would definitely get reprimanded for talking to an adult that way after whatever they were doing. I mean, if they were harassing and being, I'm taking it as if they were doing a prank. And then as if the woman talked to them that way and they talked to an adult back that way, they would definitely get a beating for the second half.
A reprimand.
Regardless, yeah.
Danny Bruns will give them a stern talking to.
Do you make your kids say yes, ma'am, and no, sir? No, sir?
No.
Well,
yeah, I guess I did when they were little, but it kind of faded away. The staying on them about it faded away. I got 5 kids, Danny Bruns. I can't keep up with every little thing.
Well, I don't know. I do not require or like for my children to call me yes, ma'am, because I am not a drill sergeant. I'm their mother. However, I would love for them to call adults that aren't me that.
Right. I see what you're saying. I can dig that. And see, I don't mind if it's like a yes sir. It's like go clean your room, yes sir. But if we're just talking and I'm like, did you have a good day? Yes sir is not necessary.
No, yeah, I'll take a yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
there's just more important things in life. But I do feel like if you get them in a habit of calling you yes ma'am and yes sir, they'll do it to other adults. But I can remember coming from Chicago, we never said that. Like you do not hear that up north.
Well,
my
that's because
parents.
people up north are rude.
Okay, so my parents caught us, me and my brother, saying it to other adults, and they're like, "That is awesome." Well, you learn as a kid, you don't want to be the only kid because then you look rude
Yep.
to other people.
Right. That's why everybody up north is rude, is because
And that's why everybody's a bunch of sheep down here. I only do it because everybody else does.
we say yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. We're polite. What's wrong with being polite?
Is that considered polite? Like so that
It's way more polite than hell no and hell yes. Depends on
it's
the
a lot more polite too, not to be in the right lane trying to turn right, and the jackass in front of you is keeping you from doing it.
No
So
need to get personal.
I'd rather a kid not say yes, ma'am, and just say yeah, instead of having somebody on the road not know how to drive and be considerate.
There's no need to get personal, Danny. There's
That's
no need to turn this personal.
That's right where I go, Corey. Right in the gut.
We'll talk to Ross Turner. He does middays here on the Max. He's the mayor of Midtown, and it's a weekend on the way with Ross Turner in minutes.
Damn right it is. What up? How we doing?
That whole north south thing is a bane of your existence, isn't it, Danny? When people start talking about the north and the south like that, people up north are polite. And the south,
I'll tell you this.
is that a thorn in your side? It seems to be.
No, it's not. My parents and I are very glad that we mistakenly ended up in Memphis, Tennessee, so I didn't have a senior picture in a starter jacket.
That is so true.
I know.
That is so true.
I don't get it.
Puffy one.
I don't get it.
I had one. I have one up there. The starter jacket. They're just real popular, like the big puffy starter jackets.
They were real popular.
Winter jackets, yeah.
Like, in Chicago.
I mean, just up north.
I just think of like Raiders were a big one in the 90s.
Yeah, they were.
Raiders. I think I had a Raiders. It was a starter jacket. It was North Carolina because the colors were awesome. North Carolina, the Tar Heels. I had the.
It was Antoine Jameson and Vince Neal.
Well, yeah, guys.
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter. He was North Carolina?
With Antoine Jameson, and they were awesome. And it was about 98.
How did they not win 12 championships?
I think they did. But they only stayed for 2 years, like Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Smart. I didn't keep up with it. I just, it was the colors,
Oh, well, that's, those things like where you have it's like Slumdog Millionaire. Like right now, it sounds like I know everything about North Carolina basketball.
Yeah.
Dated a guy from North Carolina, huge fan that season.
Okay. I was wondering, I was like, wait, what? You got the cue cards in front of you? Someone hand that to you?
Call it the Slumdog Millionaire moment where it's like, yeah, and I got this. Somebody bring up North Carolina Tar Heels. Somebody.
Yeah, just begging, just begging for it.
Note to self.
You got anything on the 85 Bears?
Nothing. No. How many had mullets?
All of them.
All of them.
Even the fridge.
Had rat tails.
And if you could talk about the 49ers beating the Bengals in 89, that's another one I could do.
Okay.
That was a hell of an NFC championship game. I actually remember that game.
That's about all I got.
Oh, it's plenty.
I can't believe it's 10 o'clock because I wrote in the description longest Friday ever, but it like had the lull where we knew it would. And since Ross hasn't said anything about the makeup yet,
I was going to let it go.
We had a bet.
I was going to let it go. I was going to be like, all right, you just, why point it out? Let's not, It's nice seeing you dolled up and looking nice every morning. We don't want you to feel self-conscious and not doing it.
Oh,
You
don't
good?
worry. I recorded me going down to the kitchen when everybody was awake, and they go, "Oh, you got your silly lipstick on again." But
Wait till they start stealing it.
no,
don't
I
love
just
that.
this is what's even better. It's the 8-year-olds. I went in her room and I'm stealing hers, and she's telling
Oh.
me how to get it off this morning on tape.
Okay.
Before I mean, like I was much paler in the 6 o'clock hour.
Mhm.
And except for the lips were like just, and all of a sudden Corey at 6:30 goes, "What are you gonna do when the sun comes up?" Like I'm a vampire.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back into my coffin. That's what I'm gonna do. Oof. You might have to worry about that. It's gonna be cloudy today. Look out my window through my magnolia tree.
Would it be weird if I grew spices in my house?
No, it's what everybody's doing now.
Like herbs.
Oh, it is? Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Herbs.
Yeah, well, a year last year ago,
Yeah.
everybody built
Everybody start growing stuff.
flower pots and stuff like that. I mean, those flower pots didn't just disintegrate. They're still growing cucumbers and crap.
But in my house?
Yeah, put it by the windowsill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little herb garden in the kitchen. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
I don't have any windows in my kitchen.
What?
Oh. Well, put
All
it
right.
in another room. Put your herb garden out on
What do
out on the patio or whatever.
How do you stare at the normal world when your husband has you washing dishes all day?
She probably has a TV where the window is over the sink.
Yeah, exactly. There's a TV over every window in the house. And we just turn it on the Discovery Channel.
Just turn on the blue planet, and there you go.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, because the critters eat them all.
if they're outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, then you got like 8 animals that'll probably eat them inside. You gotta keep them up.
About putting him up on something. I just don't know if enough sun would get to
It'd be
it.
great if all of a sudden you walked in the
He's a
kitchen,
lot of sun.
wherever it is, and then you have that wheelchair and that dog is up on the counter, getting after it. Fraud. Fraud.
Man, we've gone
I
backwards.
just pictured him. He pulled like a little concrete, a little brick or a piece of wood, and pulls it up, and he's up on the counter, and he's got that brick behind the wheel so he don't roll backwards. That was good fun.
How much time I got?
40 seconds.
Good.
Oh, he's pulling a Danny. What are we talking to him about? What was that UFO stuff we were supposed to talk about yesterday with?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Let me go back to that. Let's go back to that. Oh, 23 seconds to find it.
It's Friday. We've used all our preparation. The first 4 days of the week by Friday.
Come on, where is it? There it is. Oh, just in time.
Now back to Danny and Country Corey
I like it.
on 98.1 The Max.
Joining us now, the mayor of Midtown, Middays on the Max, Ross Turner. Good morning, my friend.
Yeah. What up, bud?
Hey,
How we doing? Happy Friday.
happy Friday, bitches.
Yeah.
And Danny Bruns is here too, so she's trying to hide.
I am. I'm hiding on Facebook Live. Don't look.
You're hiding on the radio by being quiet. That's how you play hide and seek on the radio. Is you just be quiet.
Marco.
I love how you wear makeup for Facebook Live, but like most people watch Facebook Live on the toilet. Like that's where the majority of people watch things on their phone. So,
Well, we're going back to the studio here soon, and I told Corey he's gonna die when I walk in that studio because I know like I have dark lipstick on and I never wear it, but the amount of makeup I have on right now, I look like a clown, but it doesn't show up on Zooms or whatever. So my family looks at me like like I'm Tammy Faye Baker and don't know what to do, like I'm just some crazy mom upstairs. But when I get on here, it looks somewhat normal. When I walk in that studio in a few weeks, Corey's gonna be like, can I get a new morning partner? She's crazy.
I already know that.
No one cares about my makeup. Let's talk about UFOs.
The
Oh, get
Pentagon
after it.
the Pentagon confirmed that a leaked UFO video was real, so it seems like people are ramping up for alien contact. Police in New Jersey got a report about a weird object in a park last week with a wire coming out of it. And when they investigated, they found a homemade UFO detector.
They found a UFO that was a UFO detector.
It wasn't a UFO, it was a homemade UFO detector to alert us if a UFO were to come overhead. It was a headphone cord plugged into a soup can attached to a piece of wood.
Over under how many teeth are in the mouth of that person that made that? Over under. I'm saying 7, 8. I'm being generous. I'm being generous here.
Under,
Under.
way under.
I'm going over.
Can y'all answer me, riddle me this?
Yeah.
Why do people want to have UFOs be real?
Because it's the great mystery. There's life out there, you know? We're not the only ones.
That doesn't scare you to death. That scares me to death.
I love it because it might knock humans off their pedestal just a little bit. All right. We're a little cocky. We're like humans are pretty cocky. We're like we make up things. Things are absolute truths. And if all of a sudden you see our spaceship and there's an alien behind it, we're like, all right, back to the drawing board. Maybe we gotta rework a few things.
I saw a picture of the UFO detector, and I promise you, the guy that made it is not on a pedestal of any kind.
No, I get it. No, we know that. We know that.
Yeah, those are the ones that are gonna get knocked out first.
Yeah.
I mean, it is literally like a 4-inch piece of a 1x6 with a soup can attached to it, a headphone cord wrapped around the soup can, plugged into it with some kind of like stick on top of it, and a mask, a paper face mask like you wear at Kroger, attached to the top of it, I guess to tell wind direction.
If aliens are real, they tend to find the worst humans possible. So I'm worried that if we actually go out in outer space, the aliens we're gonna find are just the human equivalent, like the trailer park aliens, with like UFOs broke down in their front yard. You know, it's like that.
Yeah, they're up on bricks.
Yeah, we can't find the smart ones. There's no way it's gonna work. It's not gonna work in our favor. They're not gonna teach us a new math or nothing like that.
And what's really scary is if redneck Martians can make it to Earth, what about the intelligent ones?
They're actually living with us right now.
Yeah.
The lizard people.
Yeah, I would keep that going. Every time they say build a wall, they're like, maybe we should just be even more quieter. Be silent.
What's coming up after 10, Ron?
Yeah, I want to know, Ross, are you going to talk about, did you see what you and I apparently have to get a third shot?
Oh, dude, we're talking about that. I wasn't going to talk about that in the next hour. I was going to save that for when you're lunch so you could throw your burger out the window. All right. All right. But I optimistic. We're going to start off happy this Friday with football officially coming back to the Mid-South. That's coming up on the Max.
Ooh.
Yeah. The day, 2 days after.